What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back to Bad Habits Kingdom. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and supporting the channel. We got a big one today, guys. This is a live video, and you guys already know I don't be doing a whole bunch of live videos. But today we are doing an interview, our second guest ever to be on Bad Habits Kingdom. He is actually a military veteran. I have a lot of respect for our military, especially veterans. So I'm really appreciated that he wanted to come on the show and talk about the Delphi case. He has some theories and some thoughts he would like to talk about. And he's also an Indiana local. He's been following the case for a long time. And, we're really excited to have him on, Just so you guys know, if I mess up a little bit, you guys already know I don't be doing live videos a whole lot. So I can't go back and edit it out. I do ask, even though if you might not agree with our guest or with me, to be respectful, to be understanding, and try to understand each other's theories and thoughts. And you never know, it might be the right one. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on. Let's see. All right, buddy, you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight, sir?
Man, thank you, man. I'm doing good. How about yourself, buddy?
Not too bad. Just a little mind bottle right now. I've been diving into this case here for the last few weeks and trying to sort what's facts and what's legit, and what's just garbage, like just the rest of us. You know what I mean?
I hear you, brother. First off, I want to say thank you so much for your service. I have a lot of respect for military, especially military veterans. So I really want to say thank you about that.
I appreciate that. Hoorah.
All right, buddy. And also thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. And let's get straight to it. How long have you been following the case?
Well, actually, I started following it right after it happened. And with me being a veteran and disabled and everything, I started having a little bit of medical issues, so I got away from it. But I was really into unsolved crimes from the get-go. So I started following a lot of cases, like especially the JonBenet case. And every time they would have an update, I would follow it and compare what they were saying before and after this and that. Well, as theirs started to slow down, a few things started to pick up on this Delphi case. And then I really started diving deep into it within the last year.
So nice, man. And you actually, are you from Indiana or did you move there?
Yes. I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, but I live here in Greenwood, Indiana, which is only about an hour and 40 minutes from Delphi.
An hour and 40 minutes from Delphi. Okay. Wow, man. So you're actually really close. A lot closer than me, that's for sure. So what are you thinking about the case so far? Like, are you excited about this new information? Like,
yes, actually, I am kind of intrigued with the new information, which kind of, they should have known about this from the get-go when they interviewed King and Klein back in 2017. But they just basically, it almost felt like they dropped the ball right there. Okay. Yeah. And then here we are 5 years later, nearly 5 years later. Then all of a sudden they bring him back into the picture. It's because of this new Anthony Shots account that he's using. And now all of a sudden everything's got quiet again, which is telling me that they've got something on him. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you've watched any Anthony Greeno.
Oh yeah. I like Greeno.
Yeah, and he made a valid point. He did research on that Anthony Shots account and found that he had contacted Libby.
Yeah.
And that should have tipped the police off right there. So I think they're running with this right now, and with especially Klein declining the plea deal in the case he's in right now. I think they're trying to back him in the corner to where he has to take a plea to give information on what he knows. But I don't think he's the one who did it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm absolutely guarantee he's not the one who did it.
Yeah,
I've got maybe two or three other people. Okay.
All right.
And I don't want to use one of them because of the fact relations. Okay.
And
the other one is JP.
JP. Julian
Powell.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I have heard that name on Sleuth Intuition, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you watch the interviews, it's kind of interesting and peculiar. Okay.
Mm.
And then I just got done watching Crime Block.
Yeah. True Crime Block.
That tip that was released a few years ago, the call in, talking about this person knew the Kleins and the Templins. I don't know if you know who the Templins are.
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell offhand.
Well, they used to be neighbors with the Kleins, and they were walking distance from each other. Okay. And so the Templins' father, the son's father, wife died in 2004, and he ended up having a nurse travel around anywhere he had to go. Okay. Well, it was the nurse that called in with the tip and said, look, I know exactly what happened. My boys told me to keep my mouth shut and let the police sort it out. So
damn.
there's another avenue that I'm looking at right now too.
Oh damn. The only thing that really gets me about JP is honestly his size. Now that's just my particular idea, because there is a lot of talk about him right now, and I didn't see the whole video on Sleuth Intuition, and I believe Greeno was on the show as well, the one that I watched. And the only thing that got me was his size, because he looked like, when I see BG walking on that bridge, I see he looks a little bit stockier. He looks like a heavy guy. Yes, it looks like he could have multiple clothes on him. It could be just, and it was a few years ago compared to now. I mean, there could have been a lot of changes within that time. That's the only thing with JP that is like, I'm kind of like, I mean, it could very be. I mean, like you said, you have a good theory there. It could very possibly be him. It's just the only thing that gets me with JP is the size, the size part. That's the only thing that really.
And the thing about JP also, he's tied to Keegan Kline also.
Oh, is he?
Yes. Yeah. Apparently, JP's father dated Keegan Kline's best friend at the time. Yes.
Oh, damn.
So that's another thing that's being brought up. But then again, with Keegan and that picture, like you were saying, he was bulked up. Yes. My theory on that is that he'd been stalking the park all morning. He had been at the park all morning planning the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever it was lured Libby to the park with Abby. Okay. That's my theory. Thinking that they were meeting up with this Anthony Schatz person.
Right.
So I'm not speculating, and I'm not going to say it's facts or whatever. This is just my opinion. I believe if it's not Keegan, he's a solicit to the whole thing.
Yeah, you mean like connected to it somehow. I
think he might have set the meeting up.
Oh, man. It gives me goosebumps, like, talking about this, honestly, right now. Like, I mean, it's really giving me chills, honestly. What are you thinking about the debt? Now, I know on one video, I've been getting a lot of emails about it too. I could probably went a little bit overboard, because when I saw his dad,
you're talking about Jerry, right?
Tony. I believe his name's Tony Kline.
Jerry is Jerry Anthony Kline.
That's his dad's name?
Yes.
Where did I get Tony from? Because online it said Tony.
He uses Tony on Facebook. It's his middle name.
Gotcha. Okay, so his dad's name is Jerry.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you for correcting that, honestly, because I honestly thought that was his name. That's what I got online. But yeah, that's who I was really like. He rubbed me raw for some reason. I don't know why. And then when I did the video, and I wasn't basically saying this is the guy, this is him. I was just thinking, this is definitely a high possibility that it could be, just by his. I don't know what it was. It's just when I first saw his photo, everybody was talking about Keegan at the time, and I was just like, man, look at his dad. There's just something weird about the dad to me. I don't know what it was. And honestly, I thought, you know, a lot of people were like, what do you think they're in like stuff like this together? And honestly, I was thinking, yeah, it's a very possible thing that they could be in talk things like that together.
You're correct. I have an intuition of the same thing, that his dad's either covering for his son or he's involved in some way.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. And,
I mean, do you watch Zaz Girl? Any of her pods?
Zaz Girl. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know if I say it. The name doesn't sound familiar, but I've seen so many videos about Delphi. Like so many people.
Well, she broke it down when it came to his father on dates and stuff like that, with Facebook posts and photos, and because now I don't know. You listen to Katie and Matt through Crime Dive?
No, I don't think so. No, usually who I really listen to, lately, is I listen to, of course, Real Chill, GRZ.
I like Graz.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for him. Him and I did a video recently.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
Of course, I watch Greeno. I know he's been with the case for a while. I started watching Sleuth Intuition recently. The Shape. I really like the Shape's videos and his theories on a lot of things.
Right. But see, I turned away from. No disrespect to Anthony Greeno, but I watched one of his videos, and he was basically doing a reenactment of the escape route, and that's when I said, "Nope, you're wrong." That's where. See, I had thought about this for a while when the case first came out, and the way they supposedly said he left the crime scene, I said it's virtually impossible. And people questioned me about that, and I said, "Look, I'm former military.
Right.
I know the woods. There's no foliage out there. There's no greenery at that time of the year. And if this guy is wearing a pair of light blue jeans and a blue jacket of some sort, you're not going to tell me that he's going to walk back the same way he came in after killing the girls and not be seen with a blue jacket." So my first instinct was, well, the cemetery is right there. And sure enough, all of a sudden the cemetery is basically the escape route.
Now, do you think I have watched the video recently? I think his name is True Crime Recap, and
yes,
when I watched his video, I was like, "Oh, it really gave me chills." That guy makes great videos. I mean, I don't know his name, but True Crime Recap. I mean, he does an amazing job. And I saw the one where he did the Delphi case, and he was saying that apparently there was 3 signatures left behind at the crime scene. One of them apparently was a religious type of form. And he was saying him and his wife believe that the killer came back later that night after the first search was called off. What do you think about that?
I disagree.
I disagree too. I'm happy you said that, because that's what I said in my video. I mean, that just seems a little too much.
Have you seen the actual ISP aerial recording of the actual crime scene with the girls laying on the ground and the signature?
No.
Oh, man, you will flip a lid when you see this, bro. If you ever watch it, I sent you the link to it on your.
I saw that for like a quick second, but it was super blurry for me. You gotta
let the cameraman adjust everything while he's in the air. It shows a clear body laying on the ground, and one of the signatures was plain as day, was a great big teddy bear right next to one of the bodies. And then if you continue watching the video, like say if you watch YouTube on your TV, it'll pinpoint signatures. They'll say, well, here's a spray bottle, maybe a bleach bottle. And then it'll show an outline of one of the CSIs over one of the bodies. And it'll show a picture of a stump with Libby's shirt on top of it with a shoe next to it. I mean, it is wild, brother. You've got to see this. I couldn't believe it was even leaked or released.
Yeah, I'll check it out today. Then I wish I would have spent more time with it. It was just real blurry and like with my eyes and stuff. It was hard, and I was trying to do it quick too. So I'll definitely do that tonight. Now that you said that, that really gets me.
So,
But yeah, I was hearing that a lot. A lot of it wasn't just true crime recap, but I heard a lot of people say that they believe that the bridge guy came back to the crime scene after the original search was called off, and I just couldn't buy that, honestly. I mean,
well,
anything's possible, but I just highly doubt it.
I watched the HLN special, and they were interviewing the parents, the grandparents, and everything, and they were talking about people were out till 5 or 6 in the morning still searching.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I was
Right.
under the impression that they like left at like 10 or 11 at night or midnight at the latest, and
They said
nobody
it
was
looked
out
like
there after that. And I was
they
like,
said all
what?
night long it looked like fireflies all through the woods out there looking for them.
I believe that because I know if it was my baby, you couldn't drag me away from that place.
Then you know how they
yeah.
knew they were still there, right?
No.
Apparently, the Carroll County Sheriff, when they did an interview with him, I was watching on HLN. They had the cell phone company do a ping off of Libby's phone, and it pinged right by where they found them, and they started tracking back, and that's how they ended up finding them. One of the searchers used his cell phone across from the creek and zoomed in on the area, and that's when he saw them laying on the ground.
Yeah, I did know about the searcher that zoomed in on the cell phone, and I think he thought it was like an animal or something at first, right. And then that's when they found out it was them.
And then I guess it was pretty gruesome too, from some information I got on what the cause of death was, and it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah, I have some theories on my own on that, and honestly, it makes me emotional.
Yeah,
when I think about that. So I mean, on that part, we're gonna skip because like I get really emotional, and I'm live right now, so we can't go back and edit that part out. Because every time I do my Delphi videos, literally almost every time, I get really emotional or really upset. And I always have to go back and edit out. That's why I never do live videos on Delphi. And there's a lot of people that say, you should do the live videos. And, that's how, a lot of people, would like to communicate with each other, which I enjoy. I love when people are communicating in the chat box or with me on my emails or like how you've been and stuff like that. I really enjoy that. But, when it comes to this case, 2 little girls,
exactly.
I mean, it really gets me, it gets me going,
It's just a sad reminder of what social media will do to you to kids these days.
Yeah,
it's the predators and the sickos, I should say, actually, what they would do.
Oh no, it is crazy. Like, I mean, and there's so much of it out there. We might not hear about it all the time, but it's all over the place.
Right.
And it's just freaking disgusting. It really is.
I think they know who it is. They're just trying to build a case to make sure they can get a conviction.
I was wondering that too. There's just a couple things that I'm like questioning. It's like it's like it's been almost 5 years. In a few more days, it's gonna be 5 years. And it's like, they had all this time, like you said, this Anthony Shots thing should have happened a lot, way back then.
Why they waited 3 years after the fact to finally file charges on him, I don't understand. When he admitted to everything, I think they had to have the physical evidence to prove that he wasn't lying.
Right, and they search his house, apparently his dad's house, apparently 2 weeks after the murders happened. Right. They said they had no connection to that, and I just think that I just call BS on that. Honestly, I think they went there and they didn't find anything at first, so they said it was for something else. That's just my personal opinion on it, but I mean, I was like that just sounds like BS to me. 2 weeks after the biggest crime in Delphi history,
right.
The brutal crime, in around that whole area, of what happened 2 weeks later, you're going to search this guy's house for something totally different. I just don't buy that.
Have you read the probable cause affidavit?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it goes through detail on what they did to finally charge him. They have proven that he was wiping off his phones with all social medias, all messages, everything.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that he tried to like factory reset and everything like that.
Right. So that's an indication right there. He was trying to hide something, and then all of a sudden, it's released that he liked Libby's picture on Snapchat.
Yeah,
Right
yeah, he
there's
did.
another thing that's got him back in the corner, and that's why I think they're trying to play hardball with him right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, you know, I hope they are putting pressure on him, because I really think if they put the right kind of pressure on him, I think he will give up some information if he does have it, of course. You know, I think he would break. I mean, that's just me. I'm assuming here, but I really think if they can make it happen, put the pressure on him, get him talking. I think if it's not him, I do believe that he might have, like you were saying, you know, some kind of connection towards it, or even has information. You know, I mean,
like I said, he could have also possibly let somebody else use that Snapchat account.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it, like you said, like Greeno said, 2 months prior, before the murders happened, there was contact on the Instagram and the Snapchat and everything like that. Now, when I way back in my earlier Delphi videos, somebody, I can't remember which video that I did, but somebody actually even told me that the girls were catfish. And at the time, I thought, you know, there's no way. There's no way. And now I just feel like a complete idiot. Like, wow, you know, it's very possible. And I actually really love how you said that you believe, just like I do, that the guy was there a lot earlier than, you know, at least at noon.
Why he was wearing heavy looking jacket to keep because the elements at that time of the morning was still in the 20s and 30s until it got near 50 degrees.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, I had no idea. I never been out east at all, you know, so I don't know how the weather is or anything like that. Have you been to Delphi?
Actually, I've been by there. I haven't been there, but a good friend of mine, he's also a disabled veteran, and he's kind of getting interested in the case too. And he was like, would you like to go on a trip? And I'm like, yeah, but I will not cross the bridge. You're going to have to take me around to where I can start looking at things and picturing in my head as a military man. And it's just like I explained to him, whoever this person was had military experience. The way I have to explain that to you is as if I'm in a war, okay? Mm-hmm. And my platoon is in a point where they have to raid something, okay? They go in and do what they got to do, get out before the opposition finds out what happened, so you're not having nobody see you or anything like that. That's the way military people think. His job was to go out there, lure that girl out there, kill her, and get out of there as quickly as possible.
Well, I mean,
does it make sense to you?
It's making total sense. It just gives me goosebumps.
Just like the Bin Laden raid. They got in and got out of there before they were detected.
Yeah, I hear you. So you do believe that Bridge Guy, it is possible that he has like a military background or military knowledge somehow?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to ask you that right now before you brought that up. So I'm happy you brought that up, because I was about to ask you that, because I know, you know, they said, who was that killer back in the 60s and 70s that killed all those people and got away with it in California? The Zodiac.
Yeah.
They believe he had a military background and stuff. So that's why I was about to ask you, do you think it's possible he had a military background?
He had some type of training of some sort, if it be forest ranger, park ranger, police officer, military, because they basically have already proven that the guy had handcuffs with him. He had gags with him. They believe that he used the pistol to contain them, because you can't run from bullets. If you pull a knife on two girls, one of them's going to run.
Or scream.
And what anybody says.
Yeah. You know? No, I totally agree. I believe that he had a firearm with him to control him, you know, at least lead him where he wanted to take him, and then used another weapon to actually pursue the murders.
Yes, and I also believe that Libby was the target.
She was, I do know, or not know, but I was informed, watching other videos that she had the most injuries. I was also told that she didn't have her clothes on, but she was not actually raped by the person. It doesn't necessarily mean that she was abused any other way. And that she did have like leaves or something on her top half area. I don't know if that's true, but that's just, like I said, all my stuff I find on other videos and online, and it's just, it's always secondhand information because we all just don't know. At the end of the day, we just,
when it comes to the crime scene, I watched a podcast, and I'm not going to put their names out there because I don't know if it's true or if it's facts or what it is. But they made the comment because they had an inside source into the case, and this person's feeding them information. Well, apparently, when they found the girls, I'm not going to name names of where they were at, whatever. But one of the girls was propped up against a tree, and the other one was a few feet away, face down on the ground, butt naked, and I can imagine who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I know exactly who you're talking about.
And the teddy bear was to the left of the Abby, next to the tree.
It was a teddy bear?
Yeah, if you watch that video, you'll see it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying on that part. It did look like a big one, but I couldn't really tell. Honestly, I thought I was seeing things. I was like, what? It was just too blurry to make out for me. But I'll watch it slow motion and everything today.
You can actually see the rescue people crossing the river, everything. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this video got leaked.
Yeah. I mean, that's just horrible, man. I mean, really, it's. Why do you think the police are keeping it so private and they're not giving a lot of info? Do you think there's more recording?
Yeah, from like one of the other podcasts, the one I was just talking to you about, that said they had inside information. From what they were saying, there was about 10 minutes of audio.
10 minutes of audio?
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been watching another podcast. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Delphi Puzzle. And somehow this guy got a hold of some of the video or the audio, and he used an old technique that radio stations used to use where they can re-loop voices and sounds and all that. And you can clearly hear one of them say, "Get your hands off me, creep." And then in another one part of the audio, it was really hard to understand, but the first few words said, "Fuck something, something, something." And you couldn't tell if it was one of the girls or if it was the actual killer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is the first time I'm hearing about that, man. That's insane.
Yeah, you got to look it up. If you just, it's called Delphi Puzzle. It's pretty wild, man. Yeah, there's stuff getting out there that the police don't know it's getting leaked.
Oh man, that's insane. But I mean, God, that gives me goosebumps, man. First, I want to do.
I hope they castrate this SOB.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been 5 years. This guy, I mean, he's gotten away with it. And you know what bothers me? I bet I'm not saying he watches my videos, but he does watch these videos, and he's just he's cocky as hell. I hope they catch his ass so bad. I mean, I really do. I mean, this was a crime that was just really, I mean, for no reason whatsoever. These girls didn't harm anybody. I mean, it's so wrong, and it's really a shame that he's gotten away with it for this long. It really is.
And another thing that really, I was watching the HLN thing again. The second picture, that is a lot different from the first picture.
Very different. And what do you think? What do you think's closer? Or what do you think's more of a match to you? Like,
honestly,
or do you think they're both right and there was two people involved?
I don't think there was two people involved.
You think
I
it
don't
was just
believe
the
that at
one?
all. Yeah, I just think it was the one because
Mm.
it would have been two noticeable, two people, one below the bridge and then one above the bridge. It'd have been obvious something wasn't right. People would have seen that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
you know,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
um, and supposedly there's another picture of him on a trail cam somewhere, but it was so the pixels and everything was so grainy you couldn't make out anything. You know, so
Right.
I I do believe it's not Keegan. I honestly believe it's not Keegan
Mm-hmm.
because if you go through all his photos and try to compare it to this guy, there's no match.
Yeah, it is kind of hard for me to. I mean, he looked, too like when I see Bridge Guy and I zoom in on his face, I see an older person. To be honest,
Did
you know.
you receive that picture I sent you on your messenger? It showed a picture. It was off Sleuth podcast.
Let me see what I got
They,
here.
he did some kind of computer thing with the actual face of the person, and it's a clear picture of him.
Oh, you got a clear picture of it?
Yeah, look on it. It's right on your messenger.
Hold on, let me see. Oh no, that's the video.
It's a video for his picture too.
Oh no, I don't have it. Well, my phone's at 2%, so even if I did, I wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out then. I mean, I didn't know he had a clear picture of him. That's insane.
Blue eye guy had blue eyes. And what's so funny is that the people that supposedly saw him earlier in the day before the girls got dropped off said he had kind of reddish hair, a reddish tint hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe the girls bumped into him at the entrance where the 501 and 505 meet. I do believe they bumped into him right there.
That's what I've been saying literally from the beginning, that a lot of people believe that Bridge Guy was already on the other side of the bridge. Now,
well, you got the Freedom Bridge that leads into the trails right there at the 501 and the 505.
Where the girls were dropped off?
They were dropped off at the entrance of the 501. Right there, 300. The gate right there on I don't know what county road that is, 300 right there. And when they came up the path, he already knew they were there because they had been in contact with him. Okay, and he bumped into them to make sure it was them. I mean, then the plan was in motion from there.
Oh, so
he knew exactly who they were and what he had to do and what he had to deal with. I don't think he expected Abby to be with her.
Oh man,
I think Abby was just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I mean, I never even thought of it like that he didn't think Abby would be with her if this is possible, man. That gives me chills.
Yeah.
I mean,
the guy had it well planned. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and that's why I think he was there so early. I mean, he was looking around, finding his spot, seeing who's out there, who's around. That's why I think he was there a lot earlier.
And I believe he was even out there prior to that on numerous occasions, mapping out the area, planning his what his plan was going to, what he was going to do with his plan. He was planning his escape route. He knew exactly where he was going to take the girls, or girls. Yeah. And he knew exactly what he was going to do, and he knew the quickest way out of there and got out of Dodge.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, he definitely been there a few times. And when you see him walking on the bridge towards Libby, like right there, I think his mind was set. Like there wasn't a turning back. I think that's when I think that was when things went down, because she pulled out her phone for a reason, and that's the question I'm always asking myself. Why did she pull out her phone? Why did she record him?
Yeah, you didn't hear the clip of her saying, "Is that creep still following us?"
I haven't heard that. I have heard many people talking about that, where Abby did ask Libby, is that creepy guy still following us? And then Libby responded by saying to her. Yeah.
But see, the guy didn't realize that she was videotaping him when he was coming up the bridge. Because if he kept looking at him, he was basically kind of looking down.
Yep.
Like he was looking at the railroad ties while he was walking, and he didn't see them videotaping him.
Right.
And as soon as he caught up to him, that's when Libby put the phone in her pocket.
Yeah, it makes me think that, maybe the girls tried to let him pass. See, I thought that, he followed him let's say right when they got dropped off. Moments later, they notice him. This is just my original theory. They notice him pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
They do the trail. He keeps his distance and stuff like that, but he's still inside of them or something. And then they go on the bridge. Maybe he's farther away, or maybe he disappeared for a second. And then when they get across the bridge, because they get to the end of the trail, because in the recording that Abby's mom heard, I don't know if you saw that clip that I showed, Abby's mom said that she did get to hear more of the audio, and you can't really hear anything. All you can do is hear Abby ask Libby, or all you can hear is Libby say, "This is where the trail ends, so there's nowhere else to go."
They were boxed in. They were basically trapped, and they knew it. And I think that's what Libby's intuition was, that something wasn't right, and that's why she turned the video on.
Right, she knew something was up, and I mean, for her to think of that is, I mean, to this day, I know people say it all the time. That's amazing. That is amazing.
That's very good intuition on a young lady like that.
That is amazing.
Right. And I'm sorry, and I pray to this day and pray for peace for those families. They catch this SOB, and I wish they would go back to the public executions.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm with you on that.
This is the case that needs to be done like that.
Have you ever seen the movie Law-Abiding Citizen?
Yes.
With how he kills the guy that killed his family at the beginning?
Yeah.
That's how he should do. Cut the eyeballs out, cut his nuts off, cut his prick off. I mean, everything. Torture the hell out of the guy. Right. I'm being dead serious with you, brother. I mean, really. That's just how I see it.
But now we're just waiting to see what goes on now with the that they really discovered that he is tied to Libby from the like on her Snapchat and Instagram. Now we're just seeing what's going to happen next. I think that something's going to take place, and the rest will be made sometime this year.
Yeah, that's what Graz and I was saying. That I mean, I truly think, I really think very soon the heat's going to turn up. I think very soon that after 5 years, it'll be 5 years in a few days, that this it's gonna something big is coming. I really hope so.
Keegan's trial set for May.
Okay? Yeah.
And that's when I'm anticipating things to start heating up even more, is around that time.
No, I agree, man. I really do. I hope to God you're right. It's been long enough. I mean, it really has.
Yeah.
It's just, and I'm just so tired. There's been so many people of interest. It's been so much different things. Every time there's new information, we all jump on it. We get, I mean, just like with what's his name, Chadwell. The tattoos look like Libby on his arm. He liked the woods.
Right.
Everything. Any kind of new information, we jump. I mean, there's so many people, not just on YouTube, that analyze Keegan's face with a bridge guy, or put picture to picture, and even with his father or whoever. There's so many. Every time there's new information, we just jump on it right away, man. It just really.
I think how they're going to solve this case is either somebody knows exactly what happened and they're going to spill the beans, or phone technology is going to solve it.
It's time, man. Really
that's what I think it's going to happen. Unless the pressure comes down too hard on the perpetrator, that he's willing to turn himself in, or he's going to kill himself. One of the two.
Yeah, man. I really hope you're right, man. Well, real quick, buddy, I do want to say thank you so much for coming on tonight, man. I really appreciate it. I have no idea. Hold up. Hold on, buddy. I can't hear you at all. Something happened to where I can't hear you. Hold on. Oh, let me see if the chats can hear you. Live chats, AJ about justice. Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him right now. Let me see, because I can't hear you right now. I was able to hear you really good, and then it just went like real sour on me.
Are you there,
buddy? That's a little bit better.
Let me turn on the mic. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, man, there's only a few of these podcasts I really like watching because they got facts that really common sense people should figure out on their own. I mean, common sense is just common sense. A lot of you guys have that, and if you watch a lot of these other podcasts, they're so far-fetched. And it's like, why don't they yank them off their list of bullshit they're putting on here? You know, all you're doing is working up the family, and that's not what the family needs right now. They need our support to help solve this problem.
Exactly.
You know? So,
I agree. I agree 100%, man.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you having me on, man. We've got a lot of opinions with that we coincide with each other, and if there's anything else we can talk about, get back in touch with each other, brother.
Yeah, brother, I would really love to have you on the show again, man. You have no idea how much it means to me. And also, I want to thank everybody for watching. Everybody, I see all the chats right here. Everybody's been really respectful tonight. Thank you guys so much for all your support on this. And I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. I really do, man. And like I said, you know, if you hear anything, you know my Facebook, you know my Instagram. Go ahead and email me or however. And if I hear something, I'll do it right back to you, brother.
Will do, brother. Good night, brother.
All right, have a great one. Thank you.
You too.
All right, kings and queens, that is it for our guest tonight. And again, thank you guys so much for being respectful. Let's see what we got here tonight. Let me zoom the computer in, man. I got to wear my glasses. That's why I got to wear my prescription glasses. Let's see what we got. Oh, man, I'm going blind, guys. I'm going blind. All right, let's see. AJ about justice. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your support. Sex Pack, what's going on, buddy? G-Hub 99, you know, AJ about justice, you know, Tech Death Hippie, what's going on? Worldwide Crime, that's a cool one. Worldwide Crime. MV, I like that name, MV. Sorry, using initials. RJ, how you doing, buddy? All right. See what you got. Andre the Giant. Seen that name before, buddy. Ron Logan did it. Want some Crystal House? Yeah. I respect everybody's theories, man. Everybody's idea. You have it for a reason. FBI. Let's see what this is. FBI would have cracked this that February 17th. Yeah. I know the FBI came in. I'm not sure exactly when, but I know they came in on it. I know Homeland Security also did. They had to offer him equipment. Duke, what's going on? Thank you for your support, buddy. Jen from the suburbs. Ron Logan, LRL. Jen from the suburbs. I love that name. That is by far the coolest name. Jen from the suburbs. By far the coolest name I ever seen on here. I think just burn the forest down, put up a McDonald's and forget them. That's probably the best punishment. Jim from the suburbs, absolutely. Hey, everyone, new sub. Thank you for your support, Jen from the suburbs. I love that name. I do. Jen from the suburbs. That is awesome. Jen from the suburbs needs to be a Bad Habits co-host just because of the name. I love that name. Can you imagine? Welcome to Bad Habits Kings Kingdom. You know, King KB here with Jen from the suburbs. That is awesome. Love it. All right, let's see what else. Razor is wrong, Andrea. There's no way the killer were involved. This is way more complicated than that. I don't know. If it were Keegan or Tony, if I would have cracked it. Sorry, timing matter with that comment. No. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of theories about it, honestly. You know, I mean, everyone has their own opinions and theories. Some people think it's Tony. or Jerry. I didn't know his real name was Jerry. Jerry Keegan. You know, some people think it's still Ron Logan. A lot of people believe that it's still Ron Logan. So you guys aren't alone out there for that. Some people still believe it's Chad Wills or Paul Eder. I know Paul Eder is a big one. A lot of people were believing it's him for a long time. And he was the one that had the standoff with police. This case is just a horrible situation, and it's been like this for 5 years. I'm hoping it gets solved soon. I do want to give another shout out to our guest tonight. You know, I have a lot of respect for the military and our military veterans. You know, you can definitely tell by his voice that's a Marine right there all day. I didn't even ask him, but I'm assuming it's a Marine by the hoo-ah and everything. But I really appreciate him coming on. Him and I have been communicating about this case for a couple of days, and I asked him if he would come on the show. He agreed, so we did not go into details about the case until tonight. So I was really, really honored and happy that he was able to come on, and I'm really happy for all your guys' support about this. If you can, you know, just, you know, email me your theories. Why do you think? Who do you think? You know, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. You know, we even be friends on Facebook or part of our Facebook group. You can email me at badhabitsking@gmail.com. We also have TikTok, but that's nothing about Delphi or anything. That's just me trying to be funny, I guess. But really, I appreciate you guys' support tonight. Thank you guys so much. It really means a lot when you guys take time out of your day to watch Bad Habits Kingdom. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys stay safe and have a good night. I will call it a night. It is 9:34 out here on the West Coast. I am extremely tired, and I got to go to work in a few hours. But if you can, you know, if you guys want to come on the show, definitely let me know. We would love to hear your theory and your thoughts about the case. You know, and what do you think's coming? Do you think this new information is something that's going to lead into something big? Do you think it already is something big? You think they're already asking him the questions? They just haven't released any information? What do you think about the guy? You know, whoa. Did you just donate that to me, RJ? That was the first one. You, RJ Primary, king of all kings, RJ. That was my first donation. My very first donation, RJ. You have no idea how much that means to me. Yeah, that's what it means, right? Where's my producer at? Where's my producer? Where the hell's my producer at? RJ, you have no idea how much that means to me, man. Thank you so much. I've never got one of those before. Honestly, that's my first one. Thank you so much. Really, I would love to have you on the show. The killer is in Iowa. The killer in Iowa, Evansdale, fits a description. You know, I don't think the cases are related. Six Pack. That's just my own opinion. I tried to look into Evansdale a little bit. I know I did a video a little while ago about that. Definitely the same thing. Two little girls. You know, small town. I know their grandma last saw them around noon. They were last seen on a bike riding by a store, and you know, just a terrible crime happened to him. You know, but for him to be connected, you know, it just I sound like a robot. My audio is off. Hold on, let me check my audio. Let's see. Can you guys hear me now? Test. Is it still sounding like a robot? Do I sound okay? I don't think anyone can hear me now. What's wrong with my audio? Good. Thank you, RJ. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for caring about him. No, really, I really do appreciate that, RJ. You have no idea how much that means to me, really. And, you know, I do really care about this case and care about the situation. I have a little girl myself, you know, so we're you know, I know this is, I don't say this, I always say this is not a true crime channel. The only true crime we really go about is Delphi. We do look into other true crime cases, but Delphi, of course, is really priority one for us right now, you know. Hi there. Hope you're all okay. Luis, always good to see you, buddy. Sounds like a robot. That's why it made me sound. I'm making my voice sound different? Is that what you mean? Is my voice sounding different? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, you think they are connected to RJ? See, I you know, it's just hard for me to think that, you know, it really is you know, and it's identical to each other, you know, two little girls, you know, like I was saying earlier. I'm not sure how far exactly how many miles it is. Let me look that up. How many miles is it from my phone died? From Iowa to Delphi, you know, it's just, you know, it would just be, you know, real. Well, I can't remember what year Evansdale happened. Wasn't it 2009? I think it was 2009. I remember it was 12. I think it was 2012. Luis is smoking the good stuff. Jen from the suburbs. I love your name, Jen. I just caught your show. It's 5:37 in the UK. Oh, man, you up early. Then again, I get up at 4 a.m. too, so I know how that is, buddy. Andre the Giant. I wonder if the town of Delphi actually profits from this case somehow, as this case is now on par with Joan Bennett, D.B. Cooper, and that's all real. I never thought of that. Never thought of that. I'm sure a lot of people do go out there, you know, for sure. You know. No, did you just adjust your guess? Oh yeah, my guess. Yeah, his I couldn't hear his audio at one point. I don't know if it was just a glitch in my system or in his, I don't know, but it did like just go wrong for a minute. But most of the show it was very clear. So I mean, I was happy he still came on. I hope you guys really did enjoy the show, but yeah. I think Evansdale was number 1 and Delphi was number 3. Oh, number 3. Who do you think was number 2? That's a question. Delphi, excuse me. Evansdale was number 1. And Delphi was number 3. What was number 2? This was a crime of opportunity. It was as planned as some think. It would never have been found. I understand where you're coming from. I see your point on that. You know, I think I mean, I see your point. I really do. But I can see both sides of it. I can see that the person did, you know what they were doing. I mean, maybe, you know, he didn't want to take a chance of getting them out of there, being caught, carrying them. You know, because the only thing close to there without going backwards would be the cemetery. I mean, people go to the cemetery all the time. You know, that, I mean, that would be risky, definitely tough on taking them. I actually heard that before, that people were saying that the girls were actually abducted, killed somewhere else, and then brought back. I highly disagree with that. Highly disagree with that. I think the girls were murdered where they were found, or at least within that Yosemite, you know, somewhere extremely close by. But I don't think the girls were taken. I've heard that part a lot. I know that's not what you're saying. I'm just saying that has happened a lot. A lot of people say that the girls were abducted, taken somewhere, murdered, and then brought back. I just don't see that part, you know. But I see your theory, you know, if it was planned, maybe it's just you know, it was just a plan just to kill and that's it, you know, maybe. But you got to remember, he left 3 signatures. He wanted the girls to be found. He wanted the girls to be found. When you leave signatures and 3 of them, he's hoping they get found. You know, I would think, you know. On Ron Logan property, yeah, you know, that was definitely Definitely something. I think he wanted the girls to be found. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they were moved. The girl's last name in Iowa started with a C in CO, which is sketchy, and it seems like he kills every 5 years, like the 13th of the month. Yeah. 13 definitely is an unlucky number. Six pack is always good to see you, buddy. Thanks for your support. You've been a big supporter of Bad Habits Kingdom lately. I really appreciate your support, bud. You'd be crazy to attempt to bring those two bodies back while the police are searching everywhere. I agree, and that's why I don't think he went back to the crime scene. That's the thing is I don't know if you guys seen the video. I think it's called True Crime Recap. The guy does excellent videos. Apparently he does them with his wife. I only saw the Delphi video, but it was really amazing. The guy seemed like he was a detective, honestly. Of course, I don't like to give a lot of credit to other people YouTube videos. I just want to say how great Bad Habits is, but I gotta admit that guy he did a pretty good video. And he said that he believes that bridge guy came back that very night. I highly disagree with that. He doesn't know if people are out there searching, or maybe he was part of the search party, but how does he know a cop is? And you gotta remember, if there's two little girls missing in that area, I would believe there would be a cop somewhere nearby at all times, just in case they were. I mean, let's say the girls weren't murdered. Let's say they just got hurt. Let's say they, were on the trail and they fell and broke their leg. Let's say that's what really happened. If they came out of the bushes, a cop would have to be nearby to find them. They were still missing. I know they weren't expecting foul play at first. And I know the families weren't expecting foul play at first. Apparently, Abby's mom wasn't expecting any kind of foul play at first until she heard Libby's mom say, Libby is terrified of the dark. Then she knew something was terribly wrong. So it definitely is, it's just a bad thing that, happened with this crime, 2 must have been Minnesota. I've always thought he took them into a shack. There's only one on the property. Could have been seen so easy. Otherwise, I think he killed the girls in the shack. I just don't think that. I think he killed them. I mean, that's my opinion. You got to remember, all your guys' theories and all your guys' opinions is highly possible, because at the end of the day, we just don't know. But I think he killed them where they were actually found, and very fast. I mean, you got to remember, the girls were dropped off at 1:30. Libby's dad was there to pick them up at 3:05, 3:15-ish. And, it was already gone, RJ, what's a Minnesota 6-pack? Oh, which case is in Minnesota? No, the caller you had sounds like a robot. No, okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, it did go a little audio on the thing for a minute, but I'm happy he called in. He was a great person on the guest. The second one Bad Habits Kingdom ever had. The first guest we ever had on the show was a Vegas stand-up comedian Miss King. Funny girl in real life, honestly. She has a show out here in Vegas too. She's amazing. But he was our second guest, so thank you. And he was a military veteran, so I was really honored to have him on. I liked his theories. He seemed like he really knew a lot about the case, that he's definitely been following it. He wants it solved very badly. So, let's hope he's right on things and it gets solved, pretty quick. Jim from the suburbs. Too much risk involved moving bodies. Yeah, there's way too much. I mean, you're taking too much chance of getting caught. People seeing you, especially in broad daylight, at a place where people are known to go. I mean, the bridge and everything, dozens across that bridge a year. They go out there to take photos and, to go see the sights and pictures and stuff. I mean, Delphi is a small town, right? Yeah. But it's got a big, media cities out there. I mean, it's 2 hours out of Chicago. I mean, you got to remember, the killer could have in the city and stuff, but he could be living in Chicago. We just don't know. All right, six pack. I thought I heard about Minnesota. I'm not sure about the Minnesota. I don't know about Minnesota crime. I'm sure there's a lot of it. All right. Yeah, Kings and Queens, not bad for a live video. The only thing with live videos is I can't go back and edit when I mess up or when I get emotional. The thing about this case is I always get really emotional. I had to change the subject on our guest a few times a little bit, especially when we were about to talk to the part where we assume how the girls were acting, what kind of weapon was used, because I get really emotional and really upset about this case. It's really a sad case, but I mean, it really is. I have so many Delphi videos that I've done that I have never and never will upload because it's just, I get really emotional and really upset. Not to give this guy credit, but it's as he committed the perfect crime. Yeah, he's gotten away with it for 5 years. I mean, that's a long time, especially nowadays. Yeah, I mean, nowadays you got to remember I get it's Delphi is a small town, but in a city like where I'm at, if I go do a murder, let's say on the street right here, okay, or in a park, let's say in a park, the park's closed at night and I do a murder at a park. When I leave that park, there's going to be cameras somewhere around buildings around it that's going to see the last person leaving the park, where that person's going, which direction. Then they can use a camera from another building, and then we have cameras on our stoplights and everything. So I would think nowadays it's super hard to get away with murder. Even 5 years ago, 2017, it would be super hard, I would think. I mean, have audio. Very horrible audio for us, but maybe the police have better audio. Maybe they don't. We really don't know, but I do believe they have more audio. We have audio. We have a video. We have a photo. Thanks to Libby and Abby. Abby could have said, take out your phone, or Libby could have taken it out. Both of them together are heroes. They were with each other to the very end. They loved each other like sisters. And yeah, God, this case, man. This case it needs to get solved. It's been too long. It's been too long, man. Thanks a ton. First time watching, 2 thumbs up. RJ, thank you so much for your support, man. You have no idea how much I really appreciate that. We'd love to have you on the show too. Definitely check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple. But really, I really appreciate you donating that $10. That was the first time ever. First time, my first donation. Couldn't believe it. I was really excited to see that. Thank you, RJ. You have no idea how much that means to me, man. I still think the father of Klein is BG. Catfish the girls for his dad on media. His dad is the same height and build. I think that too. I think that's a big possibility. I really do, Luis. I think that's a big possibility. The size, the thing is I know most of the people that I talked to, they said they saw the video where I was talking about Keaton Klein's father. I don't know why, but when I first saw his photo, it was just something about him that rubbed me wrong. And I don't know why. And when I brought it up, I said, this guy, there's something just weird about it. I don't know what it is. There's something bothered me when I looked at him. And they said, they're not even thinking about him. He might have an alibi or something. They're looking at his son. I'm like, I know, but there's just something odd. I don't know what it is to this day. I still think it's a high possibility. I really do. Yeah, you might be right about that. Yeah. I mean, he really might. Was Klein filmed the day after the murders, wearing the same clothing and BG? Did he live closer to the scene of the crime more than anyone else? I know his house was searched 2 weeks later. I didn't know exactly where he lived. I know he lived within the radius. I'm not sure if he didn't live in Delphi. I don't believe he lived in Delphi. Gonna have to look that one up, but I know he lived, close by. He definitely knew the area. I'd say that he definitely knew the area. Jim from the suburbs, when I saw your pic of his dad, I thought how much he looked like BG. I'm with you there, Luis. I don't know if you saw the video I did about him. I agree. I even did them together. And honestly, I see blue eyes. I see blue eyes when I don't know if you guys saw that video that I did about Klein's father, but I even do a zoom in and circle in the eyes, and I see blue. Apparently, the witness that was there, that was a supposed witness that walked her dogs at 12:30, that apparently ran into Bridge Guy at 12:30 by the bridge and had a conversation with them. She said she saw a man. Now, this is secondhand information. I don't know if this is actually true because I received an email from one of my supporters, and they said, this could be just a rumor. But apparently, the owner of that property by the bridge was walking her dogs. She bumped into Bridge Guy. Of course, at the time she didn't know it was Bridge Guy. She bumped into a man that was crossing the bridge. The description she gave was the same clothes that Bridge Guy was wearing, but she said he had a straight beard or a straight mustache. I think it was like reddish, blondish hair, which actually our guest tonight said reddish hair about a person. And he definitely did not have blue eyes. When I zoom in on the photo of Bridge Guy, I don't know if it's just it could be the light or it could be the photo itself or what. It looks like blue eyes to me, but it could be brown. I mean, the photo, he is so far away in that photo. You got to remember, you could take a picture with your phone from a nice distance or even a video, and you're going to see some clearness. So he had to have been a little ways, when she did that video. I'm sorry. Thank God she did that video. I mean, God bless you, Libby and Abby. I mean, really, you guys, you did everything you could. It could be the TK, but my money's on RL. You still thinking Ron Logan, Jen from the suburb? I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. There's a lot of people that believe it's Ron Logan, and he's gone now. So, if it was him, I mean, I don't think we would ever find out. I think if it was him, they should have had something by now. But the girls were found on his property. He knew the area, same clothes, but I think everyone in that area has the same similar clothes as Bridge Guy. But I mean, it's really possible, really is. I mean, anything's possible right now because we don't know. We don't know. We just know the police they didn't rule him out as a suspect, but they said they feel confident he had nothing to do with it. But they never did an investigation like this, I don't think. I mean, this is a huge investigation. They're inexperienced and stuff like this. Maybe they just don't know, It's very possible. He lives nearby his farm. For a small town, it's like Mayberry. It really should have been solved. Or are they just trying to get enough evidence for a conviction? I agree, Six Pack. I think they're trying to get more information. I think they're going to be really, like our guests tonight and I were saying, I think they're going to be pushing Klein a little bit hard soon. And I hope they release some new information about it soon. All they said to us is that they were looking for the person that owned the, account of Anthony Shots. They found out who it was, and that's all I've heard about it. So, I agree, Six Pack. I agree, Six Pack. It's definitely highly possible about that. If she didn't film that video, no one would have ever heard about this case. That's very possible. It really is. She did everything. They both did everything they could. They knew something was wrong. They knew something was going to happen, and they did everything they could. Everything they could possibly do. The police seem full incompetent. I think I don't understand why the original search was called off. Now, that's what I thought at first. Our guest tonight said that her family and everything was out there all night. Now, I should have asked him, were the police out there all night? Because I know he said the families were out there all night. But I don't know if the police were out there all night. I would assume the police would be out there all night. But apparently, Doug Carter said in a podcast or in an interview that the search was called off, and when they asked him why, he said, "I'm going to leave that question unanswered for now," which is, I don't know why he would say that. I agree, Six Pack. I agree with you too, Six Pack. That definitely makes sense. It really does. BG has a lot of chances that day, like getting the girls to go downtown by the hill, running away. Did they scream? Did he have a gun? I think he must have. I do believe very much so he has a gun. I do believe that gun was in that right jacket pocket. I think when he's walking towards the girls, he already had. That's when he made his mindset. I think he, made sure nobody was around, and that's when he's about to make his move because he's walking pretty fast. It might not look like it in the video, but he's moving. He's moving. So he walked that bridge. That's why I think he was out there. I mean, I do believe he was out there earlier that day for sure. But like our guest said tonight, he could have been out there, weeks prior trying to get the surrounding, know where to go, escape routes, just in case somebody came from this way. He knew exactly where he was going to go, how he was going to do it. There's so many ways, so many things, at the end of the day, we just got to find out who did it and find out what happened. I think you can see the outline of the gun in BG's right pocket. I agree. Yeah, you can. You can, Andre the Giant. That's what it looked like to me. I talk about that a lot. In the right jacket pocket, it's some right there. And it looks like he has one of those deer hunting kits on his hip too. I don't know if that's just the light or the sun or maybe his outfit or something, but it looks like he also has that, those deer hunting kits they carry. It looks like he has that as well. And we'll take a couple more here. But I don't think it was in his pocket. I think it was a holster behind his jacket. I think it was in his pocket. I mean, it could have been behind his jacket. I mean, it really could have. If Libby did not film there would have been nothing at all. Even the video, audio, still no right. This case has a chance of getting solved because of what Libby's done with the video, with the audio, and everything like that. If she didn't do any of that, this case would never be solved. Ever. It has a chance because of what she's done. That's what's so great about what she did. But if she didn't do that, we would never know. Never. Do you think the younger sketch is the model? The model. Oh, you mean the model Anthony Shots? I never thought of that. That's a good question. Don't be upset if I'm not pronouncing. Is it Lynn? I hope I'm saying that right. Lynn? That's a really good picture too of you. That's a nice picture of you, Lynn. But yeah, of the fake profile of Anthony Shots, if that's what you mean. I never thought of that. That's a really good question. I mean, it definitely looks a little bit different. God, that's a great question. I never even thought of that. It definitely looks a little bit different, but I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I think I know the police say ignore the first sketch pretty much, but I think the first sketch looks closer to Bridge Guy than the second one to me. But I never thought of that. That's a good question. It's really possible. That's what the second sketch came from. I agree. I think it's a deer hunting kit for sure. Yeah, definitely. The gun's facing the wrong way. It's easier to grab out. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Fake profile. Yeah. Yes. Lynn. Oh, okay. Lynn. Okay. I was just making sure I was pronouncing your name right. Sorry about that. All right. Which is why I believe that BG is left-handed. Ooh. Left-handed. I never even thought about what hand he would be. Left-handed. I've never gone hunting before. I don't know where I would put a deer hunting kit on me. Left-handed. I always thought he was right-handed. That's the first time I'm hearing this. I'm thinking he was left-handed. I don't know. I never even thought about him being left-handed. Wow. I mean, you guys are great, coming up with these ideas and stuff. Really. I mean, you guys are amazing at this. Thank you. Oh, for the photo comment. Oh, you're welcome. It really is a nice photo. There's also a reflection on the right wrist, which is pretty left-handed. Oh, there's also a reflection on his right wrist, which RJ, you think he's left-handed as well? I never even thought of that. God, really, that's a good win. Yes, I see blue eyes, definitely not brown eyes. Yeah, I see blue when I zoom in on the photo, Luis. I'm sure you know what photo I'm talking about. You've been a big supporter of Bad Habits for a while, so I'm assuming you've seen the video when we're zoomed in on the photo. I see blue eyes for sure. I really, really do. I mean, yeah, and the way, I don't know if it's just a photo or what, but he looks like he has his eyes like just squinted looking at him. It gives me creeps when I see it. Yeah, for sure. Wearing the watch on his right hand. Yeah, he would be left-handed definitely if he had the watch on his right hand. Never saw that. Never even thought of that. Because I wear my watch on my left, Yeah, and I'm right-handed. Means lefty. Yep, sure does. As the barrel of the gun is pointing right, it would be easier to grab with the left hand. Yeah. Yeah. I know one thing. He had a gun in the coat pocket. I can see the imprint on his facial look. It looks very pissed off. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He looks angry. I'm happy you said that. In that photo, that's part where I'm talking about. He looks angry. And I can see the military background, possible PTSD. I don't know about the PTSD. That's definitely highly possible. I can see him having a military background. That definitely is believable. That's why I was actually going to ask our guest that question, but he already brought it up. So I was happy he brought it up. But I was about to ask him, is it possible? Do you think Bridge Guy could have a possible military background? And he believes so. He really does. So, that was awesome. All right. God, you guys are amazing tonight. Really, you guys have been really supportive on tonight's show. And coming up with good theories. God, really, you guys came up with some good ones. I never even thought about the left hand. Really, you guys are amazing. Really are. Six pack question from Luis. Do you think he could be an ex-cop from LE? Or from LE? Excuse me. God, we've been on here an hour and 20 minutes. I didn't even realize what time it was. 10 o'clock. I'm getting tired. Six pack. If you're on, you got a question. We're going to do a couple more and we'll go call it a night, guys. Also, guys, if you can, check that link below, the GoFundMe account. We're going to be going on March 15th, my birthday. My queen and I will be getting toys to take to the children's hospital. We're also need funds to order more shirts. I know a lot of people got upset with me because I was promising free Bad Habits Kingdom t-shirts when they subscribed to the channel, but I started getting so many requests. It took so long, and honestly, these cost like $25, $30 a piece, and I give them out for free. So it took a little while to order some more. I just ordered my last batch a few days ago, but if you help donate to the GoFundMe account, it goes to help to get Bad Habits laundry. That's what I call the shirts, Bad Habits laundry. Bad Habits shirts, and help go donate, gets new toys for the children at Children's Hospital. So also check us out on Instagram, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, and even be our friend on Facebook. Honestly, come join our Facebook group, and that's the best way to communicate with each other. All of us can communicate and give each other opinions and theories, communicate new information if it's released to one another and everything like that. Or you can email me personally at badhabitsking@gmail.com. If anybody also wants to come on the show and talk about what you think and your theories and stuff, go ahead and let me know. You can email me or message me on Facebook. Message me on Bad Habits Kingdom account, not my personal account. It's under Bad Habits Kingdom. It's the logo with, the crown, the purple background, everything like that. So definitely check us out there. And looks like, yes, ex-Marine, aka Sergeant. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Any word on the press conference on 5-year? No, I haven't heard anything yet. I'm sure there'll be one coming. It's been 5 years and a few days. I believe Sunday will be the 13th. Gosh, I was trying to get out there. I'm literally off from this Saturday until a week from Monday, over 6 days. And I took this vacation to fly out to Delphi and be there for 4 or 5 days. And then, it's just expensive to travel right now. I'll just say that. Yeah, Sunday's the 13th. Man, almost 5 years. But no, I haven't heard anything about a press conference yet, but I'm sure there will be on the 5-year mark. Andre the Giant, I hope they release new information on the 5-year anniversary. I hope they say, hey, we got the guy. That's what I hope too, buddy. The search was called off because it was too dangerous. Ellie said it was dark, rough terrain, cold. You could not drag me from that place, though. For the families or anyone to leave, you got to remember, if my baby girl was out there and I know that was the last place she was at, you couldn't, I don't care how dangerous it is for me. I'm going to go trying to find my baby. That cop couldn't take me anywhere. Super Bowl Sunday. I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, so me personally, we already lost to the Bengals in the playoffs. I don't watch the Super Bowl. I only watch Titans. I'm a Titans fan. And no, I'm not from Tennessee. I get asked that question a lot. You live in Vegas. How come you're a Titans fan? I just had to pick a team growing up, and I picked the Titans. But yeah, it is Super Bowl Sunday, definitely. But yeah, I wish I was in Delphi, definitely. All right, hour 22. All right, Kings and Queens. I actually have to get up in a few hours. We're gonna call that a night. I had fun doing the live video. We'll do more live videos. I really did. I loved your guys' ideas and theories. Really, man, you guys killed it tonight. You really, really did. Tom Brady is either Titans or 49 this year. Mark my word. Nah, they're sticking with Ryan Tannehill, unfortunately. I've been a big supporter of Ryan Tannehill because he actually did really great for us the past couple of years, but this year it was just a horrible season for Tannehill. Our defense was amazing. I don't want to jump into football right now. I'm actually starting another YouTube channel where it's all about football, like the Titans and stuff. But, Bad Habits Kingdom is it for a while. But, I'm sure the uncle tried to get away with Ellie stopped him and not let anyone go with a former wife girl. I wonder if BG was on the search. Could he have stopped the people? I do believe that. I thought about that for a while. I thought about that a lot, actually. I did think that BG could have been part of the search party. He's okay, not great. Yeah, he just needs to, start playing better. Tannehill, man, disappointment. I heard Aaron Rodgers bought a land in Nashville, and everybody was jumping, thinking Aaron Rodgers was going to the Titans, but that ain't happening. Kings and Queens. We are going to call that a night. I can't believe you guys are actually seeing my glasses. I hate wearing these things. Going to call that a night, Kings and Queens. Again, I want to thank our guest for coming on tonight and sharing his theory. And I do encourage you guys to come on Bad Habits Kingdom with me and tell me your theories and your opinions and why. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I love you guys so much for all your support. RJ, again, you have no idea what that meant to me donating. So thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate all your support. Andre the Giant, you were a good one. AJ About Justice, I think it's been gone for a while, but I really thank him for coming on. Luis, always good to see you. Six Pack, I really appreciate your support. Leanne, thank you so much. RJ, I really want to thank you again. That was the first time I ever got a donation, so that really meant a lot to me. It really did. I'm like excited about that. Jen from the suburbs, definitely would like that name on Bad Habits Kingdom. So if you ever want to do a show with me, definitely let me know. We can make something happen. We don't even have to talk about Delphi. We can talk about something else. We can talk about the suburbs, even though I don't live in the suburbs. But still, I like that name. Who else did I miss out? G Hub 99. He came on for a second, it looked like. Tag Death Hippie, appreciate it. Also, guys, definitely check out Real Chill and all the other Delphi cases. See if they give you any ideas as well. Get their theories, their opinions, and understand it a little bit. Understand your own, understand each other's, support one another. No beefing, no arguing, all support. Let's help try to get this case off. We will do another live video tomorrow if you guys want to. I actually had fun tonight, really. I've been online now for an hour and 25 minutes. But my queen and my little girl are staying at her family's house tonight, so definitely had a nice quiet. Well, they're on their way home now, but they were gone for a while, so it was a nice and relaxing day. Not gonna lie, well, since I got home at least. We're gonna call it tonight, guys. I love you guys so much for all your support. Definitely hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. I appreciate the support. Check it out on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, and AJ About Justice. I just said I thought you were gone, buddy. Thank you so much, AJ About Justice, really, and thank you so much for your support on Real Chill great Graz the other night. I really appreciate your support on that. I saw what you were saying and stuff. Really, it meant a lot to me to go on that show with you guys. That is going to be it, guys. Have a great night. Stay safe. I love you guys. Have a great